Cheers. You've got beer, I've got wine.
Exactly, cheers. Tempted to start from there, actually. Yeah, sorry, I'm starting from there. How are you?
Cheers. Yeah, I'm all grown up. I drink red wine and everything. Because I'm in my 30s.
Cheap lager. Because my employment status is changing. As people may have seen in a video on Saturday, now Sunday.
Ah.
But yeah. Obviously, I don't know how much I can tell because of what the company want you and saying don't. I'm going to be respectful. I'm going to be professional. But employment status is going to change soon.
I just thought as well. My sounded really unsympathetic. Like we've already had this conversation off camera, so.
Yes,
I was slightly more sympathetic then when I obviously found out, and rather than just, oh right, okay, sure.
Yeah, actually, weirdly, on the last podcast was the day I got told that you were going to have to move on, shall I say? So I sort of text you saying, do you mind if I don't tonight? I'm going to have a Chinese and a beer.
For a bit, yeah. Just going to drink all the drink. Did you watch Hot Fuzz?
Yes. No, I did actually watch it today.
Oh, right, okay. That was, for anyone else, that was my advice. Drink all the beer and watch Hot Fuzz.
Yes, exactly. I drank all the beer.
Oh, okay.
I did watch something, though. What did we watch? Oh, Enola Holmes. We watched that.
Oh, okay. That was good, actually. I quite liked that.
Yeah, I believe we watched that.
Ah.
Yeah, that was all right. I would recommend it to people. Not that this is a film podcast, but...
Ah, well, you say that, and funnily enough, that was on Netflix. That's all I'm going to say for now.
Ah, fair enough. I just realised I've been looking at my phone screen, not my phone camera for a while, so sorry, everyone. My eyes have been slightly off. Anyway, okay then.
That's all right. I'm looking at the side of his ear anyway, because of where his laptop is. So.
Yeah, good point, actually. A really small head side of ear. Yeah, I'll get my Chatflix head on. Enola Holmes was very good. I recommend it to people.
Yeah, it was. It was, actually.
Millie Bobby Brown is a very good actress.
16.
I know, it's mad, isn't it?
Sickening. It's like, 16.
Why couldn't the Harry Potter kids act that well at 16?
Yeah, why can't I still act that well now?
She would have been a better Hermione Granger. Anyway.
Although, in fairness, she would have been about 3 years old.
And would have been a better Hermione. Oh, Emma Watson. Oh dear. Anyway, how are you, sir? Generally, went off on a bit of a tangent there.
Yeah, I'm okay. I've got red wine, so I'm not too bad.
That's all right.
Yeah, we've got to another. It's Friday, recording day, which is unusual for us. So we're right at the end of a working week, and I'm knackered. And but yeah, I guess.
We usually film on a Thursday. It's now a Friday. I totally forgot yesterday. Thursday. I sat down to watch I was going to sit down to watch England versus Wales at 8 o'clock on a Thursday, and there was something in my head that was like, 8 o'clock on Thursday. There's always something on telly at this point. What am I missing?
That's a thing.
And I was like, and then it was like 7:30, 7:15. I was like, oh my god, oh yeah, that or not, I don't know, whatever time it was. Oh god, that was what? It's not a telly program. It's when I sit down with Ed every 2 weeks and do a podcast.
Although, having said that, am I right in thinking that Taskmaster next week is 9 o'clock on a Thursday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we may have to...
That's going to be a problem. Because we never, ever start on time, and it will run past 9 o'clock.
Yes, inevitably.
And you can't not watch Taskmaster. Not now that I've finally caught up with all of Taskmaster.
Oh, have you? Oh, that's good.
Finally,
another thing I recommend. Again, not that it's a TV and film podcast, but I'm getting my Chatflix head on here. I might as well call this Pixels and Pinfalls and Chatflix Talk. It's really good.
Yes.
That last series I thought was actually really good.
Yeah, and looking forward to who's on this series as well.
Yeah, I mean, I've never heard of I can't remember his name. Mawan Rizwan, I think that's his name.
Oh yeah, no, I don't know him either. But the other four.
He's I noticed his name was on a Jonathan Ross half-hour stand-up comedy type thing where Jonathan Ross sort of introduces 2 or 3 stand-ups. A couple that are up and coming and one that's established, that sort of thing. And he's sort of like I say DJ. He's not obviously not playing music, but he's that sort of thing. But he doesn't seem like looking at him and the way he acts, you'd think that he was sort of like another Ali G type, or
Oh, is that kind
Lee
of...
Nelson thing? But he's not. He's actually
Lee
quite
Nelson.
amusing.
Lee Nelson. It took me a while to get Lee Nelson, and then when it clicked, I was like, "Oh, this is brilliant."
Yes, exactly. I mean, he seems like he's going to be that, but he's actually quite. He seems quite silly though as well.
Oh, that's always good for Taskmaster.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. There's always got to be that one person that puts absolutely no thought into what they're doing and just acts on just sheer impulse. And it's either you've won the task in 30 seconds, here's 5 points, or it takes you all of about a year. What the hell are you doing with yourself?
Exactly.
Why are you trying to move a stone ball with like some toast or something?
Yeah,
ridiculous like that. Like, how did you think that was a thing?
Yeah, I mean, and this time they've got Daisy May Cooper, Johnny Vegas, and Richard Herring on there, and I fully expect all three of them will be vying for that one.
Yes. Definitely.
That one idiot place, I'm going to call it.
Yeah.
But oh well. Yeah, so watch it, people. Taskmaster, if you haven't already, is very good. And there's already 9 series to work your way through.
They're all on Dave.
They're all on Dave. UK TV Play. Or turn on Dave at any time of the day.
And it will probably be on, yes. Although now you've got to watch them on Channel 4.
Yes.
Because they seem to be buying everything. First the Bake Off and now Taskmaster.
Yeah,
nothing is sacred.
Nothing. Oh well. Well, I'm glad you're fine. How's the channel going?
Yes, it is.
It's been more active, I see, now that you're established in your house.
A little bit, yes. I'm kind of. I want to finish off the Final Fantasy live stream, so I'm doing that every Sunday now. I used to do that in between the podcast weeks. But it's basically been hanging around my neck for a year because I had to stop when we moved out of the flat. And I just want that series sort of finished. It's so near to conclusion. I just thought, sod it, let's just do it every week and kind of get it done.
And it's still there.
Yeah, I've got
it's coming
4 or 5. Yeah, hopefully it will be done before my birthday, I think.
Which is December?
Yeah. So
December sometime.
I've got 1, 2, 3. I think I've got about 5 more episodes. So yeah, it should be done well before then.
Oh, that's all right then.
Yeah, so that's fine. And then Twitch Tuesdays just started this week, playing a game I've never completed. Yeah, I've started this game about 3 or 4 times and never. I always get to a certain point, and I always just kind of stop. And I'm not sure why. So I'm hoping that this will force me to finally complete the game.
Finally.
That's the plan.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, that'll be good then. We'll look forward to that one.
Yeah, but in terms of other non-gameplay things, I'm kind of... I don't have the time for the editing and stuff. It's so much easier. Although it's like an hour and a half of your life sitting in front of the computer playing a game, which I would be doing anyway. Then it's done. I haven't got to then... It's like the edits with this, what we were saying beforehand. They're quite quick.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no kind of having to put other videos in, having to design other kind of screenshots to put in, having to do all like fancy transitions and or even sort of writing prep, anything like that. It is so time consuming. If you haven't guessed, we don't really prep these podcasts much.
No. My prep is having a couple of minutes to think about a subject I'll talk about, and then I go, oh, that'll be good, and then that's the end of the prep.
Yeah, same.
Sometimes, unless I'm doing a quiz or I actually have points to make.
Yeah.
Like today, as you'll notice, I haven't planned anything specific about what I'm going to talk about.
Well, neither have I, so it'll be another one of those just saying some words.
Yes. Yeah, no, I do miss my more heavily edited videos, the top 10s and things like that. I do miss those. But like you say, it's time.
Yes, it's that whole... I think the problem is, and you're probably the same as me, do you watch channels that are so big, that's literally their job?
Yeah, definitely. That's their full time. Yeah.
Yeah, that is literally how they get paid to feed themselves. is making
Yeah.
those videos. So they're able to write and record and edit and put all these fancy bits and pieces in, and it could take them a day or two to come up with a 10-minute video.
Yes.
But that then feeds them and clothes them.
Yes, exactly. Whereas people like us go to work for 8 hours, get home, well, finish at 5 in your case, get home probably 6.
Yeah.
Have to cook dinner, and then it's 7 o'clock, and then you think, right then, in a couple of hours' time, it's time to, sort of clean up and go to bed.
Yeah.
So what can I do in
there's
this
no
2-hour
time,
gap?
is there? Yeah.
You know. And 9 times out of 10, you've always got something else to do anyway. If it's still, it is literally a case of adulting. Like you've got the washing up to do, or there's those phone calls you have to make, or there's this financial thing you have to call someone about. It's always something there.
Yeah.
I find anyway.
Or in the case of both of us, I suppose at the moment there's wedding planning, prepping,
wedding,
things
yes,
to
wedding stuff.
like that, and
Yes.
you just don't especially with us with blooming working in front of a screen. The last thing you necessarily want to do is be sitting in an office like with a laptop screen right in front of your face.
Yeah.
For more hours of the day.
Exactly, which is exactly what I have to do now.
Yeah.
As people would have heard yesterday if you watched it, me doing this online training course, I'm literally now working for 8 hours, getting home, and then doing another 2 or 3 hours of training course stuff. So, and that doesn't include cooking, washing myself, obviously, and washing up, and sleep.
You just stand outside in the rain.
Yeah, I'll just do that. I mean,
get two
I
for
can
one
at the
then.
moment.
Yeah, you just pots and pans and some shower gel, and just be like, "Come on, world, hit me."
Exactly. I probably could do that right now. Oh dear. Oh well. Yeah. Well, you may have slightly hinted earlier that you were going to mention something to do with films. I don't know.
Well, not films, Netflix.
Netflix.
I was Netflix specifically,
Right.
yeah, because as you mentioned, Enola Holmes, which is a Netflix film.
It is indeed. It's a Netflix original.
It is, yes. Well, this is a Netflix TV show that I was just going to generally talk about, and lo and behold, because we normally, as you say, we record these a little bit earlier in the week, but found out, was it today? It might have been today or the day before, that this TV show's been cancelled, which is really annoying, but it's actually related to content that I sort of do sometimes. It's Glow. Glow, yes.
Glow.
Which is the Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling TV
is that the
show.
one with
Yeah.
I've
Go on, find her name.
Alison Brie?
That's the one.
Yes, because she's in Community, obviously.
She is,
one of the best shows ever.
Indeed, yes it is. So funnily enough, we just finished watching Community, and we were like, what do we watch? And we sort of found that, presumably because it went, hey, this actress was in this show, she's in this too. And yeah, we've just kind of coming to the end of the third series, which finished sort of last year, and we were thinking, oh, okay, that's pretty good. That's setting some nice things for what we already knew was going to be the last series, Series 4. And then, yeah, Netflix went, nah, cancelled.
Oh, good.
Yeah, which was... apparently they've written the series, they've recorded one episode, and then COVID went, nope. And yeah, rather than postponing it, because most TV programmes obviously had to go on months and months and months hiatus, and various...
They're all starting to come back now.
Yeah, they're kind of finding ways around it, aren't they? They're kind of putting the cast and crew within kind of safety bubbles, and keeping that kind of a locked in, like, mini community, if you like, so they know everyone's clean and safe, so they're allowed to be within each other's kind of vicinity. Or with the likes of, I mean, I don't want to praise them for anything good because it's EastEnders, but they're doing kind of clever trickery with how they're shooting, so that they're doing a lot more kind of over the shoulder stuff, so that it looks like one person here is having a conversation with the other person there, and they're doing obviously the scene twice with them nowhere near each other, and they're also putting up like near invisible perspex or kind of thin plastic sheeting in between them so that they can kind of shout in each other's faces and still have a thing in between them. Again, with kind of clever magic editing to kind of get rid of it so that light doesn't bounce off of it. So they've kind of found ways and means of getting around it. And yeah, Netflix being Netflix went, we're good. There's only one more series and we can't be arsed. So we're going to cancel it.
Great.
Yeah,
thanks.
which is really annoying because especially towards like certainly the third series, but even in the second series, the wrestling side of it takes such a back seat. It just becomes essentially a sort of a soap opera, really.
Yeah.
It's
okay.
And it's really quite a clever story that they're telling.
Yeah.
With the kind of interpersonal relationships of all the women involved, because it was actually a thing.
Yeah, I was going to say, does it closely resemble a true story or anything?
I don't know how well
maybe not a true story, but a true reality.
Well, there definitely was in the kind of late 80s, early 90s, there was a women's wrestling organisation in America called Glow that ran for a few years, and some of the the wrestling characters that these people have created sort of ish resemble some of them a bit, but they're very kind of 80s wrestling trope kind of characters. Like the main good person is called Liberty Bell, and she's this all-American kind of, not housewife character, but she's like, yay, America, apple pie, everything, woohoo, it's great. And her main villain counterpart is basically, it's Alison Brie's character, actually, funnily enough. She's called Zoya the Destroyer. She's a Russian kind of almost militant type person because, 80s America, we hate Russia, so your top bad guy is Russian.
Wow, okay.
So yeah, it's very, very cheesy in terms of that side of it, but the actual kind of interpersonal relationships between all the women, because they're like, she comes at it as a failed actress in LA who's just not getting any work at all, and this is kind of a last ditch effort to sort of at least do some kind of acting.
Yeah.
But then you've got stunt women in there, you've got other people that just are desperate for work and kind of want to just use it to sleep with like the director to try and be in one of his films, because he's he was a fairly successful B-movie kind of director in the 70s. Who's a little bit washed up and trying to kind of use this to kickstart his career. So there's a few from that side of it. There's one girl actually in there who's just like a really big wrestling fan, and even her nan watches wrestling and she likes that side of it. You've got another person there who's actually comes from a family of wrestlers. So that there's so many different people there from so many different walks of life, and it comes together really, really well, and and then they've just cancelled it.
And they've gone, nah, you're alright. Well, that is slightly annoying. Is there any chance of any other sort of production company, somewhere-y type place, picking it up? Because I know that actually happened with Community, didn't it? They lost their contract for season 6, but who was it? I think it was Yahoo actually picked it up.
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
well,
I'm sure it was.
The most recent one I can think of was Brooklyn Nine-Nine was dropped, wasn't it, after like series 5, and literally Twitter went, I don't think so. And then
that was quite weird.
About 2 or 3 days later, a different group went, oh, we'll have it then, we'll save the day. I don't know how likely that is with a Netflix series, though. I don't know how easy that is to buy off of them.
Yeah.
As opposed to a normal kind of, because it's not conventional TV broadcasting company, is it? So I don't know how that would. And they already said that series 4 was going to be the last series. So if you were, even if say, for example, like Amazon Prime picked it up, would they bother picking all that up just for one series?
Yeah.
Is it worth it?
It wouldn't. It would. Probably wouldn't. No, it probably wouldn't be.
At least like when Netflix took Lucifer over from Amazon Prime, they went, okay, we'll put another couple of series into this, because they didn't necessarily have an end goal. But I don't know. I'm hoping that Netflix go, oh, okay, all right, we'll make it then. Because the stupid thing is, they've got one episode already recorded. Obviously, it will need editing and maybe a few reshoots, but they've got the rest of the series apparently written.
Okay. Well, it does seem like a bizarre choice.
And actually, presumably all the main actors are already under contract. If they've already started filming, they've got them under contract.
Exactly,
so the only money I can see that they would save is post-production money, and maybe hiring like certain freelance staff to kind of man lighting and cameras and kind of makeup and costumes, like those kind of backstage. And admittedly, there's a lot of departments there, and you might have the heads signed up under contract or whatever, but there's going to be other members of staff there that you would need to hire, and I guess that would equate to a fair amount of money. But if you've already got all your main actors, and presumably you've paid the writers for the scripts, and you've probably got the directors on board as well for all the episodes, you've probably already, like, you'd be in breach of contract if you didn't pay them, at least. Even if you went, oh, okay, we're going to scrap that, here's your money, but you don't have to do any work. That seems a bit stupid.
Yeah, no, it does seem quite backwards, especially for something that obviously sounds a bit popular as well.
Yeah, and something that was due... I mean, the series as well, they're only about 12 episodes, so it's not like your classic American series with like 48,000 episodes in them, and one series seems to run for about 2.5 years.
Yeah.
It's, I know, you could even maybe cut that down to 8 if you had to.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully they may end up doing that, a reduced series. I know The Walking Dead is officially finishing. Finally.
Finally,
yeah. I mean, they're I still like it, but still, their episodes are 16 each, but they're going to be doing a last season with 24. However,
what?
That's in a couple of years they're going to start that, and then in the meantime they're doing 6 episodes as like a mini season.
Right.
So it's effectively like a sort of 11 and a half, a 10 and a half, and then it'll be 11.
Yeah.
So they're sort of, because of all the situations around the world, they've realised they can't do a full series, and the way they've gone around it, and like I say, they're doing a sort of reduced mini series of 6 episodes, putting that right down. It could be something that Glow could end up doing, but permanent, for
exactly.
for their actual line.
To go back to Lucifer again, I believe their last series they've kind of had to stop now because they only recorded a certain amount before were able to edit a certain amount of episodes before the world stopped. So they've kind of introduced a mid-season break that they don't normally tend to do, with the intention of, now the world has got back to normal again, they're able to go back in and record these episodes. So they I think when the world kind of got to a point where they could record again, that's when they went, okay, well, let's release now the episodes we've already got, because we know that in a few months' time, when these have run out, we should have the other episodes recorded by then. So there'll be a bit of a gap in the middle. But again, that's not uncommon in American shows.
Yeah, that seems to be a trope they go for.
Yeah, so who knows?
Who knows?
Hopefully
it comes back anyway.
Yeah, I mean, generally, I was just going to talk about how I quite enjoy it, and obviously it's got that wrestling background, but to be honest, you don't have to be a fan of it at all. It's not at the forefront of the story. They're not overly good at it.
Yeah, no.
I mean,
fair enough.
They actually weren't anyway. I don't know how much of the actors are actually doing like the moves themselves are quite basic that they're doing. So, and it looks like a lot of them they are sort of doing them themselves for a fair amount of it. And I don't want to then kind of slag them off and say, oh, it's all rubbish. I mean, clearly they're not at the level of like a professional wrestler would be, because of course they wouldn't be. They're actors. It's a completely different way of performing. It's a completely different like athleticism that's needed. But like, I mean, they're competent enough.
Yeah.
But that's not the main point of why you would watch the show. That's literally a backdrop. That's just a plot device, really, an excuse to bring these characters together.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't kind of know what to say about that.
Yeah. That's.
Well,
I'm going to stop now, otherwise I'll carry on talking.
Hopefully there is a way round it. There should be something. There always is. I mean, apart from Firefly, but there's It's still early days, I suppose. Let's get the state of the world back to some sort of normality and see if they pick it up again in the future.
Yeah,
if they know it's
crossed,
there,
I guess.
Yeah, if they know it's there, then maybe they'll go back to it.
Who
if
knows?
the actors want to.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. If they
Who
can.
knows? Oh, fair enough.
I'll let you take over now. I'll shut up talking.
Well, mine's just going to be, like I said earlier, unplanned and probably fairly briefish, I suppose. Well, the day I got told that I would, how am I going to put it, that I would have to find other employment, the day I got that announcement, the day Enola Holmes was available as well, which was good. Mm-hmm. This was also the day Pokemon released their trailer for the Crown Tundra, the next expansion pass. As a side note, also today, Newcastle won 7-0. So
did they?
Yeah, we won 7-0 in the cup against a team that I can't remember.
It wasn't like Aston Villa's 7-2 victory over Liverpool then.
No, wasn't that good.
Yeah.
No, we beat a League 2 team 7-0 in the cup.
Oh, fair enough.
Enola Holmes came out, Pokemon trailer, but got told I lost my job. But yeah, so yes. Anyway, I'm not going to be talking about Newcastle's 7-0 victory. I will be talking about though the Crown Tundra trailer.
I thought you were going to go down the Enola Holmes route then. I thought we were going to have a Netflix episode.
Sadly not. I should have done that if I knew. Well, by the time we film the next podcast in 2 weeks' time on a Thursday, it'll be the day before it's actually released, because it's released in 2 weeks' time.
Oh, is it that close? So, ooh.
It's that close.
I might have to find me some money.
What is it today? 23rd. Yeah, so it'll be 23rd. October 23rd.
Yeah.
So, 2 weeks' time.
Nice.
I could have saved this segment for 2 weeks, but I don't think we're going to get any more news in 2 weeks. So I might as well talk about it now while it's fresh in my head.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it just looks pretty nice. So thank you for listening, everyone. No, it's every legendary Pokemon that you can catch in any previous game is appearing in this new expansion pass.
Really?
Yeah, not ones you can't catch that you get from special events, but all the ones that you can actually catch, legitimately with a ball in a game. Nice. Without the need for extras. So that's Mewtwo, all the legendary birds that have got new forms, which we've already seen. Then you've got, all the legendary beasts from Generation 2, Ho-Oh and Lugia, and then, onto Generation 3. I mean, there are bloody loads of them. I'm going to try and find a picture to see if I can count how many there are, but they're all coming. Yeah, go on.
Sorry. You said new forms. Have they all got new forms then? Of all these legendaries, are they all in Gallerian form?
It's just the 3 legendary birds that have got new forms.
Oh, all the other ones are as is?
Yes, exactly.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Let me just do that because they've conveniently put some of the. There was a screenshot showing all the legendaries that were going to be coming to the game, but they did it in a box form, and I was going to just do a quick maths count. Because I am a numbers man now.
He does numbers.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 28 times 2. So 56 legendary Pokemon being added as catchable and playable.
Jesus.
It looks like they're going to be in a weird sort of system where you go into like a cave or something and you effectively do raid battles through the cave, and then the end is sort of like the boss and it's a legendary. But it looks like they're obviously quite easy. I don't know how many, I'm going to call them levels within the cave there are. I don't know, maybe you battle 2 and then the last one is the legendary Pokemon. I don't know. I don't know if that's also the only way you encounter those legendaries.
Yeah.
Of which they also showed footage of the original forms of the legendary birds, so you can get them in their normal form anyway.
Oh, you can? Oh, okay. So there's normal and Gallerian. Okay.
Yes, exactly, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, I believe the Gallerian ones you can just get, you know, a completely different way in a storyline of some kind. So that'd be good. There's a new legendary coming in called Calyrex that I assume you'll be getting in some sort of storyline, so that's good. Yeah, so that's... If you count the new forms as separate Pokemon, they're not, but if you do that, then there's about 60 legendaries you can get in these games now.
Bloody hell, that's insane.
Coming in.
I take it this new legendary as well is going to be the one that was advertised in Spain for Pokemon Gun, right?
Yes, that's the one. It's the gun-shaped Pokemon. Pistolmon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pew pew mon.
Exactly. Yeah, but that's not the... that's, I think, their main selling point of the whole feature. But there will obviously be some sort of story... Oh, actually, no, I forgot. There are more legendary Pokemon. There are 3 Pokemon already called Regirock, Registeel, and Regice, which are sort of ancient golems that are based off of, guess what? Rock, Steel, and Ice.
Makes sense.
So, but they've got new ones now that are based off of a dragon and an electric type thing. Because, you know, electricity is really ancient.
Yeah.
You know, that thing that...
I guess that lightning is.
Yeah, I suppose so. So we'll see how that works. Yeah, I forgot about them. There's those 2 new ones coming in.
Jeez, so you're looking at close to 70 then.
Yeah, probably. So yeah, there's them. There's a lot going on there with all of that stuff.
So they're basically going to piss all over any Pokemon that anyone has actually caught in the game or in the other expansion. These ones are just going to absolutely muller you.
Yeah, well, obviously competitive battling is quite prominent in Pokemon, genuinely. It's getting more and more popular. I've never ventured into it because I'm bad at battling when it comes to battling against people that know what they're doing. As in, you know, people that actually, like, you know, they use all the moves that don't just deal damage, which I try and do, and I can. But it's like when you play Mario Kart online against, you know, 11 other Japanese 15-year-olds and you come 12th in every race, you know, it's that sort of thing. Yeah. The people that go online aren't people like me who just want to do it for a laugh. They're people that probably do it every night, 5 days a week, because they're good at it.
They literally live within the game, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, so there's that. The competitive battling scene's going to get a lot more expanded. But that doesn't include, obviously, the the returning Pokemon to the Crown Tundra decks that we haven't seen yet. I don't know what some of those are. I think some of them are the Nidorans. They're coming. They're coming to this expansion pack. House, whatever you want to call it. I genuinely haven't looked into which Pokemon are coming because I want that bit to be a surprise to me because I didn't know about them in the Isle of Armor and it was quite fun to see them pop up in the grass and you're like, oh, that's that one. Oh, that's cool.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, so I haven't actually looked into them, but obviously we're probably going to get, you know, around somewhere like 80 to 100 completely new ones we haven't been able to use in the game yet.
That's crazy.
But obviously available.
Realistically then, this is very, very close to a universal Pokédex, isn't it? You're gonna what? Yes. You're gonna be maybe what, 150, 200 shy? maybe.
Yeah, you're not going to be that far off at all.
You're so, like all those people moaning about, oh well, we're not going to have a universal Pokédex. Like after this expansion, you've virtually got, especially with the use of Pokemon Home, even if you can't catch them in the game, you can transfer them over. You've got virtually probably more than 3/4 of 900 plus.
No, definitely, yeah, that is exactly right.
Jesus.
And yeah, it's going to be blooming good. I'm just having a look at the official Pokemon page here. Actually, a Dynamax Adventure is what it's called, where you travel through, and you it looks like you also rent Pokemon. You don't use your own. So you have a selection of, like, I'm looking at it here, like 3 or 4 Pokemon to choose from. And you just choose one, and you're like, right, I'm going to use that. Okay, then. That's interesting.
My only thought for that is presumably because if you've played the game through to the end, and you've played the other expansion pack, by now, the Pokemon that you're using are probably so maxed to the eyeballs, there's not going to be any challenge at all. So at least if you rent these lesser Pokemon, it kind of puts a handicap back on the player, I guess.
Yes. Yeah, I suppose so.
Because let's be honest, how good is your starter Pokemon that you had?
What now?
Yeah, perfect, basically.
It's level 100.
Yeah.
And it can now Gigantamax as a new feature in Isle of Armor. I've made it be able to Gigantamax, so it's got its new form there. Yeah, it's pretty good.
And so, presumably it's probably not even that weak against its weakness because of how buffed up its stats are.
Exactly, yeah, probably not.
So where on earth would the fun be, realistically, in going into these new areas now with a Pokemon that can basically beat anything? You can just one hit kill everything.
Exactly. Yeah, so I suppose it's going to silence the people that say Sword and Shield's too easy.
It's quite a clever way of re-handicapping people that have been playing to that extent.
Yeah.
Which is most people, I would imagine.
Exactly. I mean, just before I finish as well, I'll quickly add that in from the website. They're also adding a new feature called Gallerian Star Tournament, which is basically you get to team up with another trainer that another important trainer that you've battled, like a gym leader or an elite, a champion or a rival. Mm-hmm. You get to team up with them and then battle in a double battle format against other trainers in the game that you've battled against, like other gym, sort of like at the end of the game with the Champions Tournament, you do a knockout-y type style thing. Mm-hmm. You essentially get to team up with someone of your choice, I believe, and then do it that way, and you can battle 2-on-2 against people and try and win. So that would be quite fun.
Presumably that's only likely to be like the prominent characters within Sword or Shield.
Yeah, just like gym leaders, your rivals.
But you're not going to be like teaming up with Brock or Misty or whatnot.
Well, I haven't seen it. That'd be cool. But no. You never know what they're holding back. Could be it, might not. But yeah, we shall see.
That's pretty good. I mean, just team up with Leon, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would. I would, personally.
Like, why would you team up with anybody else?
Yeah. I'm interested to know it. Yeah. And of course, on top of all of that, it's a brand new area, so you get to explore a completely new area. And
yeah, there must be quite a heavily involved story with that as well, like there was with the Isle of Armor. And this is supposed to be bigger as well, isn't it? A bigger area, a bigger involvement.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, the story of Isle of Armor you could probably do in sort of, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours if you were that way inclined and you wanted to. I don't know why you'd want to speed through it and go, oh well, that was quick. I was like, yeah, because you literally only did the main story and did nothing else.
Yeah, what was the point?
But there's a reason why one of the things in there they ask you to go to literally the other side of the island to do something, and you fast travelled and then went there and then wondered why the game was taking so quick.
Mm.
The idea is you walk there
and you actually
and explore the
experience.
bloody island.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. So yeah, there'll be some sort of story. There's new characters already in there. They've shown screenshots of it. So we'll see. We'll see. It'll be good. Next time we do a podcast, it'll be a day before we play it. Well, I play it anyway. So
Yeah, it'll be a day before you play it because I haven't bought the expansion yet. I was basically waiting for the second one so that I played both of them at once. But I might have to wait until after birthday to see if I have any birthday money to purchase it with.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I think it's about
25 or is it? Something like that, yeah.
Something around there.
I definitely want it though because it looks good.
Yeah. And finally, people can stop saying, "Oh, it's not value for money." It's like, no, because you've only had half of it. Stop moaning.
Yeah, I've seen loads of people like commenting like when this comes up on Facebook. People like, "I've already bought one of the expansion packs and it so wasn't worth it." And even I knew it's like, yeah, if you've paid for the Isle of Armor, you're getting this one effectively for free. Although it's not for free, but you're not having to pay out again for this one. What you actually purchased was two things. Like, how did you not know that when you were buying it? How do you, like, function as a human being? Are you that stupid and blind? Like, it clearly stated you're getting both of these expansion packs within one purchase.
Indeed. And the last point I'll make on, on that specifically, is that Pokemon have a tendency to do a third game, a yellow crystal, which is exactly the same price as the first game. And this time they've said, no, we won't do that. We'll give you just even more exceptionally brand new stuff rather than slightly changing the story for the same money. We'll give you new stuff for half the money.
Yeah, and you don't have to start right from the beginning all over again and play through the main base of the game because this is add-on stuff that you can either do after you've finished the main campaign or you can start a new save file and actually integrate it all within one story.
Exactly. I mean, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, this has got to be their new business model going forward, definitely.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, that'll be my last point in it, and I'll stop there.
Okay.
I'll stop, otherwise I'll keep going.
Cheers. I've nearly run out of drink.
Yes, I have run out of drink.
This is very drinkable.
Nothing left in that.
Purple heron. It's South African. It's very nice.
Oh, really? Oh, fair enough. I think I have one beer left. I'll go and have that now and watch some Gogglebox, maybe.
What were we watching? Everything Sucks, I think.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Again,
it's about vacuum cleaners.
Yes, it's about the creation of Henry the Hoover.
He's a good lad.
Yes, him and Henrietta.
Played by Henry Cavill, I think.
He's too busy being in The Witcher.
Yes, very good point, yeah.
Too busy taking his clothes off for The Witcher. That's a game I need to start playing again. I could never get into that.
Yeah. Tasha loves it.
It's just too involved. I can't... there's too much going on. I can't just get my head round it.
Yeah. She loves it. It keeps her occupied, it's fine.
Fair enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Keeps her out of mischief.
Yes, exactly. That's right. Oh, well, I shall leave you to whatever it is you just said about... What is it you just said you were watching?
Everything Sucks.
Everything Sucks, that was it.
About Henry the Hoover.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I shall leave you to that.
I'll leave you to your one remaining beer.
Yeah. I'll savour it.
Enjoy. Cheers.
Thanks very much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. To keep up to speed with everything we're doing, you can find us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. If you wish to support us financially, you can do so over on Patreon for as little as $1 per month. Finally, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and ring the bell icon so that you don't miss out on any future videos. Till next time, we'll see you very soon. Goodbye.